Hey guys, it's Matt from Outdoor Smorgasbord. Today I wanted to talk about some bike mechanic tips. As a bike mechanic, I see lots of people who struggle with the difference between a Presta valve and a schrader valve. So I thought I'd talk about a little bit about those today, the pros and cons, how to use them, things like that. So if you have any questions, as always, feel free to comment and I'll try to get back to you on those and help you if you have any other further concerns. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about schrader versus Presta. I'm going to start talking about the Presta valves and then we'll go into more of the schrader valves after this. Presta valves have become really common in the last few years. Some people associate them with really high-end bikes, but now they're becoming more and more common, especially on road bikes and a lot of your mountain bikes. So let's grab this camera and we'll flip it around for you and give you a little bit more. All right, so here's what a Presta valve is going to look like. It's going to be usually a lot longer, skinnier, all metal down instead of rubber. It'll have a valve cap on it just like the schrader. I don't feel the necessity to have a valve cap on these, but you can if you want. So basics on these, to let the air in and out, it's got a little nut down here in the bottom that you've got to unscrew. It's not going to come all the way off. And then if you depress that, that's what lets the air in and out. It's not inside of here like you would on a schrader valve. On some of these cores are removable, so you can put sealant and different things like that in them. But this one is just a standard core. So that's what lets the air in and out. Sometimes you may need an adapter. So your adapter, basically you'll just thread on. You may hear a little bit of air leak out, but that's all right. Then you'll attach your regular pump on there. If your pump's not compatible with Presta valves, some compressor fittings will also work on there. If not, I mean, I'm at a bike shop, so I've got a fancy compressor head that'll work for both Presta and schrader. Those are always nice. And then pretty much any pump you have nowadays is going to be Presta or schrader compatible. So if you don't need this, you can just unthread it. And then put it in a storage location. They are meant to be stored on the valves as a cap. If you don't want to use them, you can do that too. So like I said, most pumps nowadays will come with a smart head that you can push on or on. Works for schrader or Presta. You just need to push it on, lock the hammer down, and then you can start pumping from there. And then when you're done, pop the pump off, tighten the cap down, and then if you so desire, you can put your cap back on there for you. But other than that, Prestas are pretty simple. I know they're very confusing. They seem intimidating, but there's not much more to them than that. Most of us are going to be pretty familiar with schrader valves. They're on our cars, motorcycles, bikes, most wheeled things that have air on them. They're going to be there. So just like that, they'll have the cap on there. You can take that off. That's more just to keep dust covers, more of a dust cover to keep like dirt and debris out of there. It's not going to help prevent air loss or whatnot, but more just to help keep it clean. You'll have usually a rubberized coat on it and then metal threads on the top. So with that, it's pretty simple and self-explanatory. Just like the Presta, you can use any pump to do those. Again, press it on, lock the hammer down, and then start inflating. When you're done, unlock the hammer, pull off. You may get a little bit of air release, and then again, put your cap back on. Again, not necessary, but it does help keep debris and things like that. So just to sum it up again, you got your Presta or French valve, your schrader valve. The Presta is going to be much skinnier, about 6 millimeters, give or take, and then 8 millimeters for the schrader. So no, unfortunately, they're not compatible. If your bike comes with a schrader, you should use a schrader so that your valve stem doesn't rip off. Usually you can get a little bit of flex in there and that can happen. Yes, the Presta will fit in a schrader valve, but I would recommend just sticking with whatever your bike has. Presta tends to hold air a little bit better than the schrader valve over time. They work really good on higher end performance bikes, narrower rims. You don't have to drill out as much, so your rims stay stronger. So yeah, if you have any other questions, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, leave them, subscribe to the channel. I have definitely more videos to come. I've been you know, absent a lot lately, but it's definitely something I'm working on again. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.